So yes, GQ asked Beyonce, and if you don't care about what Beyonce does in a day, come back or go to the bathroom, get a snack. I actually care about this because I've always kind of been curious. What's a day in the life of Beyonce like? Beyonce answered, I'm not gonna do it, y'all. I'm not gonna do it. Cause I low key be forgetting a little bit like how to do the accent because it's deep, you know what I'm saying? It's a little country, but it's not. But in my head, I'm reading this in her voice. I'm gonna just go a little deeper with my voice and I'm gonna just fuck with it like that. Okay. Today I'm on the East Coast while I enjoy a little bit of summer sunshine. Most days I try to wake up around 6 a.m., squeezing in an hour or two of work before the little ones are up. Parenting while working, I move forward, embracing the beauty and the chaos of it all. Our home is alive with cousins and friends, spontaneous talent shows, and a clatter of dominoes. I've been trying to focus on my health, taking my supplements, and eating very clean. I've given up meat except for turkey this summer. I'm trying to muster the strength to work out, but I can't do it today, maybe tomorrow. I love that. I love that, y'all. I love that. Like everything that she said, I was like, all right, bitch, that's like a regular day. I love the fact that she was like, I don't feel like working out. Because, girl, that's how I be feeling some days. Because sometimes you got to listen to your body and your body be like, sleep. And I've been listening to my body a lot more. So some days, if I had something planned and I just really want to sleep, girl, I sleep. Hallelujah. It's going to be hard to do my workout after I finish this live, girl, because the way this rain is beating, and I feel like the electricity gonna stay on. I feel like I should get some good sleep right now. But anyway, GQ then asked, what is currently inspiring you in music and film? What's the best thing you've heard in 2024? I love, hold on. I love and respect all the female singer-songwriters who are out right now. Bray, Victoria Monet, Sasha Keeble, Chloe and Haley, Renee Rapp. I love Doechii and Glorilla. I just heard that Mexican OT. He's from Houston. He goes hard. I really like Please, Please, Please by Sabrina Carpenter. And I think that these sacred souls in Chappelle Roan are talented and interesting. I'm obsessed with my backseat baby. I'm a smiler. Okay, listen. I can't do it exactly right, y'all. I'm trying. It's been a long time since I actually heard Beyonce speak in an interview. Your new album is notably called Cowboy Carter, not Cowgirl Carter. What are you trying to say with that? And now with Sir Davis about gender and about race through these titles. Oh, that's a good question. I wanted everyone to take a minute to research on the word cowboy. History is often told by the victors. In American history, it's been rewritten endlessly. Up to a quarter of all cowboys were black. These men faced a world that refused to see them as equal, yet they were the backbone of the cattle industry. The cowboy is a symbol of strength and aspiration in America. The cowboy was named after slaves who handled the cows. The word cowboy comes from those who were called boys, never given the respect they deserved. No one would dare call a black man handling cows Mr. or Sir. For me, Sir Davis is a sign of earned respect. We all deserve respect, especially when we give it. All right, Beyonce, come on, girl. You better tell us. You better tell us what's going on in the history. I love that. Let me tell y'all something. As much as we talk about Beyonce being a capitalist, you know what I'm saying? Because like what you gonna do in this system, girl? We're all capitalists in this system. But sometimes, girl, it did just really do be like, oh my God. Like, girl. Okay. But what I will say is I love the fact that Beyonce uses her money for her own personal betterment, uses it for further education, uses it for traveling. Like in comparison to some people that have money and have never been outside the Caribbean islands or America. Okay. People who don't read, who don't research, who don't use their money to extend or evolve them as a person. So shout out to Beyonce and Jay-Z because that is very much reflected in their music, that their money has been used to further their intelligence, their knowledge, not just about, you know what I'm saying, money and cars and lifestyle shit. It's also about the mentality that they're creating over there. And that also bleeds down into their children. And as much as y'all don't like Will and Jada, I feel like Will and Jada were also a Black couple in Hollywood that seemed to take a specific interest in furthering their understanding of things that they did not have access to when they were younger. And they've imposed that on their children. And I think their children are sound human beings. Like, I think Willow and Jaden are great kids, very talented, very steadfast, seem to be responsible, maybe weird, but still, you don't see them being pulled into no police cars. Do you understand me? Okay. So I just want to point that out. Your reputation as a perfectionist precedes you. We see inherent in the finished version of everything you release, and you lean into this narrative in documentaries like Homecoming and Renaissance. But is there a point where that reputation is a burden or even a prison? Do you ever feel personally overwhelmed by the weight of expectations set by the highs of your previous work? I create all my own pace. Okay, hold up. I create in my own pace. I'm trying to get the opening in the back of my throat. Okay, because that's what it is. Beyonce got like the back of her throat is open, girl. That's being a great singer. It's creating that space in the back of your throat. Okay. I create my own on my own pace, on things that I hope will touch other people. I hope my work encourages people to look within themselves and to come to terms with their own creativity, strength, and resilience. I focus on storytelling, growth, and quality. I'm not focused on perfectionism. I focus on evolution, innovation, and shifting perception. Working on the music for Cowboy Carter and launching this exciting new project feel nothing like prison nor a burden. In fact, I only work on what liberates me. It is fame that can at times feel like a prison. So when you don't see me on red carpets and when I disappear until I have art to share, that's why. All right. Our girl letting us know I don't like all this all the time, which I can totally understand. Having just released your 8th album, when you step back and look at the breadth of your discography, what do you see? What do you hope to see when it's all said and done? I am proud. I'm proud of what I have been able to do, but I also recognize the sacrifices mine and my family's. There was a time when I was pushing myself to meet unrealistic deadlines while not taking the time to enjoy the benefits of why I was working so hard. There aren't many of us from the late 90s who were taught to focus on mental health. Back then, I had little boundaries and said yes to everything. But I've paid my dues 100 times over. I have worked harder than anyone I know, and now I work smarter. In the end, the biggest reward is personal joy. Has what I created pushed others to think freely and believe in the impossible? If the answer to that question is yes, then that is the gift. Girl, listen. Y'all gotta love Beyonce. Y'all gotta love Beyonce for moments like this, okay? At the end of the day, to be an artist, to be someone that is more interested in putting out something that you feel strongly about, work that liberates you, shit you can feel good about and still make your paper, that is a blessing, girl. And with that being said, let me tell y'all, them Caucasian people don't give not a damn. Beyonce had not received a single nomination at this year's Country Music Association Awards. Can y'all believe this? Can y'all believe this? If Taylor Swift had come out with an album that performed in the exact same manner, she would have cleaned up. Do you hear me? I call racism. I call racism. This is them saying we don't give a fuck. What you try to do. We decide who gets awarded and nominated over here. And it ain't you, gal. Well, that's the Caucasian people for you. Mm-hmm. Also, her music in Cowboy Carter, her explanation of it, to me, comes off as something that was absolutely being done from the viewpoint of a Black person, from the viewpoint of somebody that is trying to exalt their history as being from Texas. Now, y'all know I'm not from Texas, but my girl Niecy is from Texas. And the way my girl Niecy get down with the cowboy thing and them going to the whatever, what is it called, y'all? The word is escaping me, but y'all know what I'm talking about, where they go and ride the horses and shit. I'm from Louisiana. We ride horses and shit. We know about cowboys, but it's not like the Dallas people, okay? It's not like the Houston people, the rodeo. Thank you. We don't have rodeos like that down here. But essentially, to see the way the Black people are involved in the rodeo in Texas, I feel like she is uplifting her culture. That's where she's from. And she should be doing that. Just like she got some of her family from Louisiana. She came down here and did, the Creole thing for us. Okay, now we're going to go over here to the Texas part. And I'm going to talk about this part of my culture. I like all of this. It's personal. And I like that because for the longest, my biggest critique of Beyonce was the fact that a lot of her music was somehow impersonal because she wasn't really writing her own music like that. She's still not really writing it like that. But now all of the projects that she does are about her own shit, her own history, her own family, however she's feeling, what she's learned, what her spirituality is now. Like, it's coming from an internal place. Even if she's not necessarily writing all the music, the choices in the project is centered around her and what she got going on. And I appreciate that because that was always my biggest critique, is that there was a lack of genuineness in her catalog as it pertains to, having music that's personal. For instance, Mariah Carey writes all of her music. That's why Mariah Carey is rich the way she is. Writes all of the music. Even when Solange came out, there was an obvious comparison in a way. Beyonce is a A-list pop star, and Solange is an artist that is writing music from a space of, eccentricity. Y'all know what I'm saying. Yes, and people feeling like Beyonce is not relatable. Absolutely, that's another part of it. But I appreciate the elevated art form and somebody that puts a lot of work. And I've always respected her work ethic, because people don't remember in the 90s, people did not like Beyonce. It's crazy. It's not crazy. She worked for this fandom, but just the juxtaposition between growing up in the 90s and remembering how people could not stand her in the 90s because they felt like she was always putting herself in the middle. She was always, promoting herself as the main singer of Destiny's Child, even if people felt like she did not deserve to be in that spot. But what you see is that Beyonce was in that spot because of her work ethic and how bad she wanted it. You know what I mean? And so now at this point, I feel like it's somebody that has had a first row seat to watch her grind this shit out to this point. She's very much deserving of this energy that people give her as it pertains to her work ethic and how hard she pushes herself to give top quality of anything that she does. You have got to give that to her. Okay. So yes, I do feel that this is something where y'all just really don't want to recognize her, even when she was willing to slightly whitewash her image. And I wanted to say that too. That even though I recognize when you actually do deep diving into what Beyonce was trying and wanting to portray, she also was very talking out of both sides of her neck with this project, because it very much gave a whitewashed image of her in comparison to previous images of her. The hair color, the way she's styling herself. Yes, it's a representation of the cowgirls and cowboys in Texas. Yeah. But also, it very much was given, white people, if y'all can like this, y'all should like this. White people, if y'all like seeing Black women look a little less Black on horses with American flags and their ass out, this is for y'all too. If y'all love a good Dolly Parton remake, this is for you too, white people. And I can't be mad at her about that, because essentially you are trying to give your music to people that just aren't in your fan base. You're trying to give it to everybody. You're trying to give something to everybody that can be in your fan base. And that includes racist white people that love to see black people perform. Okay? Motown is one of the most loved acts of music across the board for any race of people. White people, Asian people, Latino people, they all love Motown era black music. Literally the time where black people are dealing with the most racism in this country and the most loved moment of their music. So yeah. I paid attention. I don't care what y'all said. When she first released that album cover, I said, what the fuck is this? I said, what the fuck is this, Beyonce? I feel scared. This shit did not invoke, because I'm not from Texas. So seeing her look whiter on a horse with that black background, my mind didn't go to rodeo. My mind went to white people outside black people houses setting shit on fire with American flags and all. Like my mind went to like Malcolm X, bitch, I'm a man. Like my mind went somewhere else. Okay? And I got to be real about that. I got to be real about that. And that's why I said sometimes it's like, what's going on here? It's a contradiction. You know what I mean? But I also feel like that's because no matter what, you're still trying to sell. All right? Now, that's my commentary. I still love Beyonce. I want everybody to be clear. Okay? Now, let's move on. That's what I had to say about it. That's all I got to say about it.